Hey guys, Dom here, back again with another Starfield video. Now, over the last few months or so, it's safe to say that any and all news on Bethesda's next big sci-fi epic, Starfield, have been pretty damn quiet lately. And with the release of Doom Eternal and the exposure of Fallout 76's latest expansion, Wastelanders, it's clear that Bethesda are diverting our attention to keep any and all updates on their next big adventure pretty close to their chest. But me being me, I believe I have found an interesting development that suggests that Starfield, in ways, will be shown pretty soon in the form of a brand new documentary. Now, if you've been paying attention here on this channel over the last week or so, you'll know that I've been talking about the documentary team over at NoClip, and how they have recently announced that NoClip have been working with Bethesda Softworks on an Arcane Studios documentary series, which both take place in Austin, Texas and Lyon, France, similar to, of course, the documentaries NoClip filmed for Bethesda Game Studios all the way back in 2018, where of course NoClip dived into the entire history of Bethesda Game Studios and filmed the creation and the behind the scenes of Bethesda's first online title, Fallout 76. And while Fallout 76's reception wasn't met with fan approval, it's safe to say that those documentaries were a huge success and was an amazing marketing play by Bethesda Softworks to give us an in-depth look into just who they were as a company and the people behind some of our favorite games of all time. But it seems this may not all be what Bethesda have planned when it comes to using NoClip for the involvement of marketing their future titles. Now, as I've previously mentioned, NoClip are of course releasing two documentaries on Arcane Studios in the next couple of months regarding Arcane Studios history, and the other being filmed in Lyon, France, most likely talking about the creation of Arcane Studios' next hit game, Deathloop. But over the last month or so, NoClip have also released a bunch of documentaries and videos revolving around the one and only id Software, to of course help promote the demonic and brutally satisfying Doom Eternal. Again, using NoClip adding to their already huge and successful marketing campaign. And now with Danny O Dwyer, NoClip host, confirming that the Arcane Studios documentaries have also wrapped and will be releasing in the following months, it's clear that Bethesda are preparing for another huge marketing campaign for Arcane Studios' next game. So with that in mind, you would think that NoClip would now be done with all of the announced or upcoming titles from Bethesda Softworks. I mean, they filmed with id Software for Doom and then followed that up with filming for the Arcane Studios game Deathloop. So you would think that's it, right? Wrong, as it seems our favorite boys over at NoClip Documentaries will be taking another trip to Rockville, Maryland for another mysterious documentary with Todd Howard's main team in Maryland. Now, how do I know this? Well, in order to find that out, we have to take a trip to none other than Danny O Dwyer's official Twitter page, and where we find Danny explaining that the team over at NoClip have officially finished filming for their Arcane Studios projects in Austin. So with that being said, I decided to look through the replies to this tweet when I came across a tweet by one Matt Frary, stating that NoClip were returning to Bethesda Rockville, Maryland for 3 weeks shortly after the completion of their Arcane Studios documentaries. Now, looking into just who this Matt Frary guy is, Matt Frary is the leading PR director for Bethesda Softworks as a whole. Now, I do hear you ask, well Dom, how does this confirm a Starfield documentary is coming from NoClip? And to answer that, diving into just who Matt Frary is, I discovered that Matt Frary is stationed at none other than Bethesda Rockville, Maryland. And with the two games we already know are coming from Bethesda, Doom and Deathloop, already receiving full and complete documentaries, and the fact that NoClip are confirmed to return to Rockville, Maryland for 3 weeks, it's clear that Bethesda are clearly preparing to film another documentary, most likely on the creation of their brand new sci-fi epic, Starfield. Again, this would add to the clearly monumental marketing that Starfield is likely to receive. And seeing that after the disaster that was Fallout 76, Bethesda really need to go all out on this brand new IP, and more importantly, its marketing. Not only this, but over the last few months or so, we have seen Bethesda Rockville Maryland especially push marketing to the forefront, be it a video editor, webs designer, campaign managers, etc, etc. And what better way to talk about and excite people on Starfield at the same time, add to that big massive marketing campaign by working closely with NoClip to create another already proven successful documentary series around this next big game. Not only would it help excite people for this brand new IP, but it would open up discussions on the game for months on end. What is this game? What inspired the change within Bethesda? What should we expect? Will it feel the same? Will this be a true Bethesda Game Studios game? And what were the real challenges in creating the team's first original IP in over 25 years? Well, believe it or not, it seems we may not have to wait long in finding out our answers, as NoClip are on the case, as they return to Rockville, Maryland to record another documentary likely revolving around the team over at Rockville, Maryland's brand new sci-fi epic Starfield. And again, to be honest, it makes perfect sense that NoClip returned to Rockville, Maryland, as Danny and Todd Howard's team have a good working relationship that spans throughout the years. And we have to remember how after the successes of the last documentaries NoClip did with the team at Rockville, Maryland, how they were met with huge fan appreciation leading up to arguably Bethesda's biggest E3 showcase. It did a lot for Bethesda Game Studios at the time, and I expect nothing less than the same for Bethesda's 2020 E3 showcase, taking into account that Bethesda need a complete redemption in 2020 for some of the poor business decisions of ZeniMax Media over the last year or so. Again, it just makes perfect sense that Bethesda call upon the services of NoClip once again to help that redemption, to help push that massive marketing campaign Bethesda need for Starfield, their first IP in over 25 years. And it seems that these plans are already in motion, with NoClip returning to Rockville, Maryland for 3 whole weeks. But what do you guys think? Are you excited to see a Starfield documentary, or would you even be interested in a Starfield documentary? Let me know in the comments down below. Best ones get featured in the credits of these videos. And if you liked this video, hit that on that like and subscribe button. We are so close to 8,000. Thank you so much for that. And until next time, please stand by.